right, we're going to talk about long lines. And do you want to talk about those, or?
Yeah, I'll talk about long line.
Okay.
All right, this long line is shorter than I usually use. So what is a long line? A long line is not a giant leash. A long line is meant as a drag line. And before you start any work with your dog with a long line, get them out in your yard or even in your house, anywhere they can't catch it on something, and let them drag it around. Long lines can be like this one, which is Biothane. I really highly recommend these. There's a link on my website that goes to the company that I like that makes these. It is a leather-like product. The attributes of it, it's a good grip in your hand, which may be important. It's brightly colored so you don't lose it, and it also doesn't pick up burrs and dirt and mud. The other kind you can buy at any feed store or pet store are the cotton long lines, cotton web lines. Either way, don't get a nylon one. We'd be worried about your hands, as we'll explain in a minute. Either way, you want a 30-foot one. 50-foot is too long. This I use for class purposes. 30-foot is really ideal. So you've had your dog dragging around your long line and you're ready to use it for coming when called. Just because you have X number of feet doesn't mean you start off using that many feet. So coming when called, as getting your dog to turn his head and turn towards you, is still done a few feet at a time. But you're letting the line drag, and sometimes I will step on the line rather than reach down and pull it. So when you step on the line, you better not have flip-flops on. Have good, solid footwear on. So if the dog's walking, I may step on the line and then say, Summit, come, yay, back away, collar grab, the things you've all learned before, and there he goes. So now I'm gonna let him go. Okay, he's free to go about and do what he wants. Now if he stays with me, which is what we were doing, Tango's already learned this, right? On the line.
So Summit has some really big distractions right there.
Yes, good boy. Good. Notice on the first name he didn't turn, so I was going to wait and get his name. I'm not going to say come to a dog who's moving away from me, because that's probably not going to happen in the early training stages. Later on you'll see Brick running fast away, and Sarah knows he'll come. But for the beginning, I'm setting my dog up.
Good.
Yes, good. So Summit's interested in those sheep over there, so this is not a measly distraction. So I am paying big party. I already did the collar grab, choking my dog. Big party, yay, very good. So the long line allows you incrementally to get more distance and more distance from your dog, and by dragging it, he has a feeling of independence. So later on, if you were trotting around and moving at a higher speed, that would certainly be more distracting for him, but that would allow me to mimic that freedom and then to have a handle on him. I don't pick it up in my hand, and I want to get back. Summit! I want to show you an important safety tip on this. When you get these, they come with a handle, or it's an option in this company. You only want your thumb and hand through here if you're using it, because if you put this around your wrist, as I see so many people doing, and I don't care if your dog's smaller than Summit at all, if your dog takes a flying leap, your shoulder will be dislocated and you can really hurt yourself. The other thing, be very careful using these around other dogs or around anything that can tangle up your dog. The final thing is, I do all my coming when called on a flat buckle collar, not on a prong, not on a choke, never on a gentle leader, not on a front hook. Those all have dangers that you should avoid. So this is a flat collar exercise with the leash. The long line is attached only to a buckle collar for minimal danger potential to your dog. All right, so keep in mind the safety things, because there's a lot of ways a lot of people can hurt themselves or their dogs improperly. Notice this is not an extended leash, aka a flexi. They have no part in your dog training. They really don't. So don't think, oh, I have a flexi, I don't need a long line. A long line is a drag line. A flexi is an inappropriate item for doing this. It provides constant tension. It does not mimic the dog's freedom, and they are very, very dangerous. All right, so have fun with your dog as you start practicing distance with your coming when called, and enjoy exercise.